Climb to the top of the world, but the North Star has already flown. I hear rumors of a place where the soul was born. And watch all the bright lights shimmer, try to see something where there is none. And I really believe that I could touch the sun. Who's inside my mind? Who's inside my mind? Everything is alright, but I keep seeing ghosts in the daylight. Who's inside my mind? Who's inside my mind? Everything is alright, but I keep seeing ghosts in the daylight. Turn the lights down low and watch all the vampires in silhouette. I run for the hills and try to keep my head. Still a chance we can make it if you hold on, hold on, hold. It's what I'm saying, but the words don't come out right. Who's inside my mind? Who's inside my mind? Everything is alright, but I keep seeing ghosts in the daylight.
Big up to this crew. Yeah, we like to keep it positive. You know how we do. Big up to this crew. From day one till it's done, do or die, me and you. Big up to this crew. Yeah, we like to keep it positive. You know how we do. Big up to this crew. Got props non-stop and mad love for you.
Rising up like the moon, elevating the mood, uplifting attitudes, cause that's what we choose to do. And I don't know about you, but there's enough negativity going around with plenty room to improve. Yeah, sometimes we collide with stress and negativity, we always let it slide. It's an elevated vibe, so fly. We touch the sky every time we ride.
Big up to this crew. Yeah, we like to keep it positive. You know how we do. Big up to this crew. From day one till it's done, do or die, me and you. Big up to this crew. Yeah, we like to keep it positive. You know how we do. Big up to this crew. Got props non-stop and mad love for you.
Now roll back time, tell me what you find. You're gonna see the same sucker MCs on the sidelines. In the fourth quarter when it's do or die time, that's when this crew is inclined to go prime time. From day one straight till it's done, but you all know full well that we only just begun.
Yeah.
We stick together, one for all for one. When it gets heavy, no we don't duck and run. Crazy thinking about the places that we've been. Yo, I could tell you stories that'll make your head spin. But like I said, straight, thick or thin, there's so many memories giving me silly grins. So please allow me to introduce to you my one and only homies. Yo, I love this crew. So please allow me to introduce to you my one and only homies. Yo, I love this crew.
Big up to this crew. Yeah, we like to keep it positive. You know how we do. Big up to this crew. From day one till it's done, do or die, me and you.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to a very special edition of the Paracrew Podcast. This is going to be something new we are going to be doing for our P3 family. That is why you saw the P3 video. Sorry if I have some confused look on my face, because for some reason Facebook is not working on StreamYard. I don't know what it is, but it's all shared out, so hopefully people will see it. If you see it, please share it out, because this is actually a lot of fun, and it's something, like I said, very new that we're going to be doing to honor our new P3 family members. So basically, this is going to be a podcast or a video that we'll be doing periodically to introduce everybody to our new P3 family. I think it's very important that everyone gets to hear their stories, hear who they're about, and all this other great stuff. And basically give them a chance to be in the spotlight. So we're going to start off, and My guests are in the back, and if you guys don't mind, ladies first. She's actually hanging out over on YouTube like she always is, and I love it. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's please join me in welcoming not just to the show, but to the family, Vicky. Hi, Vicky.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. It's been a busy day, but I'm here anyway.
I hear that with the busy part. So, for those of you, I said I wasn't lying. She's always on YouTube, and that holds true even right now. She's on the YouTube side.
Yeah, I
That
was
is
trying
her.
to let the group know that it was starting. Come on. Yeah.
I don't know what went on, but I went to go hit live, and it wasn't showing that we were live. And I was like, okay, well, wait a minute. My Facebook notifications are working, saying that it's live on this channel, on that channel, but not certain ones. And it's just weird. I don't know. I'll have to try it later, see what goes on. But we got obviously someone else backstage. We're supposed to have a third family member joining us tonight, but he hasn't responded yet. So we'll get to him. But let's bring on the guest we do have. This guy I've known for a little bit now, but we haven't really had a chance to sit down, talk, chat, or anything like that up until what was it, about a week ago? I think about a week ago. And he asked for some help, some advice, and this and that. And next thing you know, he's joining the family. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Aaron from A View Beyond and Spectre Radio. And what was the Night Watch or something? Yeah, Night Watch. Holy crap. That's when I was
Good evening, my spooky little parafreaks.
And Aaron's also been watching the show very closely. I see him all the time in our chats. And actually, it was funny. Backstage, we were getting everyone prepared, and I said, Vicky, I know you've seen the show. And I'm like, Aaron, have you seen the show? And he's like, are you kidding me? Guys, first of all, welcome to the show. And
Thank you.
also, welcome to the family. We are so happy to have both of you in our family.
Appreciate it.
So let's start off first by introducing yourselves. Vicky, would you like to go first?
I'm Vicky Lordahl. I've had a YouTube channel since I think it's 2016. And I've been investigating paranormal for 47 years. And I founded Abyss Paranormal in 2006.
Oh, wow.
And so, yeah, there you go. That's the gist of it.
So where did Abyss Paranormal come in at? Like, where did that name come from?
Believe it or not, it covered the paranormal field, unknown. You know, that's just where I picked up on it, and I really liked it, and so I went with it.
Well, I'm glad both of you were on the chat because I know you just got that message. I was just sharing out the link to get our rest of the family members involved. Hopefully, they'll come in. Aaron, what about you, brother? Introduce yourself.
Well, my name is Aaron Hoffman. I'm also known as The Shadow, a name I've had for over 30 years. I've been interested in the paranormal since I was a kid. I used to go to the library on weekends and just read paranormal books. Had plenty of my own experiences. I started Night Watch with Thomas Rakowski and Neil Mao about 4 years ago. We've been investigating ever since. Spectre Radio, I started with another member of the P3 family. And that's been going on for 5 months, I believe. And AVB is something I just started a little over 3 months ago. Just released the 3rd issue today. So,
well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. And I will say I am subscribed. AVB, by the way, guys, is A View Beyond magazine. It is, correct me if I'm wrong, all online. It is all digital. And it's free, if I'm not mistaken, too.
Yep, you can view the magazine inside, or you can actually download a copy in PDF form and read it on any device at any time. All the ads are completely interactive. So if you click on any of the social media links by the banners or logos, it'll take you directly to the site. P3 is in there. So
that's awesome. Well, thank you. We appreciate that.
You're welcome.
And I'm telling you guys, I'm actually subscribed, and I've thumb through, if you actually, I guess it's not thumbing; it's digital. I mouse through, click through. I don't know,
Right.
whatever that version is. And it is a great magazine. It's a great magazine, very well
Thank you.
put together, very informative. So definitely go check that out today. So Vicky, let's start, because this isn't going to be a long show, guys. This isn't going to be a long
Right.
show. I just wanted to give Vicky and Aaron a chance to introduce themselves to everybody and to welcome them officially into the P3 family. But
Okay.
and plus, obviously, we have Creepy Cryptids coming up. We have Creepy
Mm-hmm.
Cryptids. That's why you see me and not Mackenzie, the Wicked Consultant, and Squeakers yet. They actually postponed. They pushed back. So I was like,
Yeah.
well, and then obviously tonight, Paraprop podcast. But let's talk about the P3. So what was first? And Aaron, let's start with you this time. Aaron, what was like the allurement to the P3? Like what was something what was your like? Yeah, I need to be a part of this.
Well, there were several factors. And this is almost an advice to anybody out there that's watching. And you're just starting out in the paranormal. Trying to get started on your own is tough. Forget about the money. Forget about trying to find places. Just trying to get the right kind of connection with the right kind of people is tough on its own. So, when I see P3 family and I see all the people that are in there, and I'm thinking, there's a lot of knowledge out here that I could tap into that would help my investigations and my ventures. And at the same time, I also wanted to be able to give back somehow. Being a graphic artist myself, and having this magazine to try to get everybody together as much as possible, because the paranormal is not going to become a legitimate field unless we all come together and share what we know.
100%. 100%. And I know I've said that numerous times. The analogy I like to use is we are all part of a big jigsaw puzzle. The paranormal field is a jigsaw puzzle, and it's going to take every piece to put it together. Every religious background, every investigative technique, every belief system, everything in this field is going to have to work together so we can put that puzzle together and put it together properly. And you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right, Aaron. Vicky, what about you? What was your allurement? What was like, yeah, I want to be a part of this?
Well, it basically, prior to hearing about P3, I kind of was doing that with my channel. I would go from paranormal channel to paranormal and tell each other about each other and try to intertwine them, and because I was mainly a support channel. At the time I started the channel, I was taking care of my dad, and I was limited on, couldn't use my laptop or anything because he got worked up. But when I heard about P3, I thought, okay, they're doing it outwardly. I had never done live, or anything like that. And I thought, okay, that's something that sounds like what, in a sense, I was kind of doing in my own way,
Right.
prior. And once I heard about P3, I started telling other people and groups that I knew was in the paranormal field that was out there on YouTube and Facebook about you guys. And then I went to the group, Abyss Paranormal, my group, and we all voted to join P3.
Awesome.
So I am in agreement with everything that's been said here. I mean, it was mainly, I think that we need to unite and support each other, and because we're up against a lot. And I live in a little town where, when I announced that there was a paranormal group in here, I really worried about being drug out in the street and tarred and feathered. I mean,
You're not alone, and
it was bad. It was bad.
That's
So,
exactly how my town is. It's paranormal. You're evil. You're a Satan worshiper. So what did I do? I put paranormal consultant right across my freaking windshield. I'm like,
all right.
Come at me.
About 2 weeks after I announced that the group was here in town, I literally had 2 church women show up at my door and look me straight in the eye and ask me if I was a witch. And my response was, it hit me off guard. I mean, I was expecting Jehovah's Witness or something, when I opened the door. And
No.
I just said, well, I've been called a word that sounds like witch, but it doesn't start with an W, and that offended them and they walked off. So, I mean, but
You know
no,
what? I
it
love
was,
that though.
we got a bad reception
See,
when
me
I announced we were here. But
me
we've done
personally, I
good.
love it. I absolutely love it though, the negativity, because that means we're doing the right thing.
Right, right.
And
It's
it's funny because in our field, and I think you both can agree, and you both kind of touched on it, there is a lot of egos and a lot of drama in this field.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
Vicky, I know you're very familiar because of how you and I met through
Yeah.
none other than the PDX, Emmy. I
Mhm.
love Emmy. And Aaron,
Mhm.
you're not too far off. You and I we met through a third party as well.
Mhm.
And that was one thing that the P3 was created for, to stop that, to stop the drama, stop the egos. Because let's be honest, we don't have time for it.
No.
We don't. We've got new teams coming out, especially this time of year. It's our
Mhm.
season, guys. I said
Yep.
it last year on the podcast. This is our time,
Mhm.
because it's funny. And anybody feel free to use this. Most people will push the paranormal away, like what happened to Vicky, throughout the course of the year. 11 months out of the year, paranormal, taboo, bad, evil,
Mhm.
Satan worshippers. Come October 1st, though, everyone turns their attention to our field. So you
Yeah.
bring that up and you tell people, look, why is it okay for Halloween, but not okay for the rest of the year? Because the paranormal is year round. It's not like trout or deer or bear or any type of game. It's not, seasonal. This is
Right.
year round. And, we leave the egos at home. And that's where it needs to be.
Right.
And we are starting to really make some waves. And I think that the more negativity that's brought out, the better we're doing at our job. And what I mean is, when you start promoting positivity and you start
Mhm.
promoting each other, you start promoting teams and groups, those who are egotistical will start feeling nervous
Mhm.
and they will
Right.
act out. And then it's pretty easy.
Yeah. I think there's another side to that. And it's very important that and again, this is this goes for everybody that's either a veteran, intermediate, or a beginner. Um, there's a lot of danger with negativity, not just on a social level or anything, but on a spiritual level. Because if you start bringing that negativity with you on a paranormal investigation, you're inviting potential trouble.
Yeah, you have
Mhm.
issues no matter what.
Yeah.
And
And we discussed that backstage too, because and we've even said, there's teams that go in that see, and you all know I love this individual, ZB. I'll just give his initials so it doesn't set me off. I'll save my rant for him till Thursday on a petri dish.
Right.
But they see him, they see the shows, they see the movies, they get this bad spin that everything in our field is demonic, and
it's
it's not the
demonic.
Right.
case. And it does two things. One, it either will scare them away and they'll never have that spark, that passion. Or
Right.
two, they'll get like him, pop out their chest and everything's demonic. And they're going to go out and basically
Mhm.
be like the show, like what is Angel? I think it was. Yeah,
Yep.
Angel after Buffy. He went out and
Mhm.
he started slaying demons or supernatural. They think that's it.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
you end up hurting not just yourself and your team, but your clients.
Yeah.
Because
Absolutely.
Aaron made a valid point earlier behind backstage that these clients get affected by what we do. You can't
Oh,
go
yeah.
in like that.
Yeah.
You're there for 8 hours, sometimes longer. That family lives there. And you
All
have to
right.
keep yourself in check. And when you have a good community to help you understand it a lot better, that's when the support comes in.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a lot of misunderstanding too of what we do. I mean, I've been asked just a couple of days ago, why on earth do you want to talk to demons and spirits, And then and fortunately it was by a family member, and I was like, you have no understanding of what it is I do, you know, and you just don't understand. And then the next morning I woke up to a very large text message with full of Bible scriptures.
Right.
And I'm like, oh Lord, I didn't even respond to it. I just was like, I'm not even gonna deal with this.
You know, it's funny.
But
My family had the same reaction when I told them I was a paranormal investigator. Now they kind of knew. I think they had a suspicion when I lived out in San Diego. But when I finally moved back here to Pennsylvania and I started my own team and I started, divulging in it, that's when it really threw the red flags for them. Like, oh, this is really serious. I said, no. I said, you misunderstand.
Right.
I said, the paranormal field is out to help people. What you see on TV, what you see in the movies is bullshit. Excuse my language, but it is.
Right.
Some of it is legit. I will give them that. Like
Right.
I saw one of the last Conjuring movies
Mm.
where they had actual footage from the Warrens. Okay, that was legit. You can tell it was a legit demonic. It was acting like a demonic. It had everything, every characteristic. But you have to understand that a lot of that they need ratings. So my thing is if you are going to do this field and you're going to be in front of a camera, be entertaining yourself.
Right.
And I told my family, I said, listen, you have to see what it actually is. So I showed them some footage of me investigating at a client's home. And I said, I want you to take note to the husband and wife. And they said, what? They seem fine. I said, exactly. When we got there, they were scared. They were fighting. They were arguing. They were on the brink of divorce.
Right.
By the end of the investigation, and by the time we showed them the evidence, they were like they just got married again. And they were apologizing. I said, I am out, and I think we all are, especially all of us in the P3. We are out to help the community. We are out to help families. We rebuild marriages. We rebuild families.
Right.
And we bring closure to the families. And I think that's something that gets missed a lot.
Yeah. Yep. Well, that's been the group's, in a sense, slogan since the beginning, is helping people stay in good spirits. I played with the words a little bit there, but that's the only reason we are together, is to help people, That's it. I don't go ghost hunting. I mean, I have been investigating when I was a kid. I mean, I just looking. And then when I had my one experience that said, okay, this is it, and I'm right, and because I am a dreamer and I'm an empath and I'm slightly sensitive. It doesn't happen all the time. Sometimes it does, and most, it don't. It just, but yeah, when I discovered that it was real and I had my first true on experience, then it was on, and I was 16 when that happened. And my first investigation consisted of a flashlight and a cassette tape recorder. That's why I bought equipment for it.
It's interesting that you say you got your first experience at 16. And this is somewhat common with guys, but it's more prevalent with females, with women, that they develop some sort of connection or experience with the paranormal right around the teen years, around puberty. And there's something that people believe there's a chemical association biologically that allows them to be receptive to the paranormal.
Well, I was seeing stuff when I was young, and when I was 8, my grandma told me that, because my mom had realized that my dreams was coming true. And she talked to my grandma. My grandmother was Quaker, and she just set me down and she said, your mom told me that you were having dreams that was coming true. And I said, yeah. And she proceeded to tell me it ran in the family, that she was a dreamer and all of that. But up until I was 16, I'd see things, and I'd question. And but until I was 8, I thought everybody was, I didn't realize I wasn't normal,
Right.
I just, but yeah, Yeah, it's one of those things, and sensitive, I think, really came in. I realized I was an empath. Now, I didn't say, "Oh, I'm an empath" at 11, but I realized what I was feeling and why I was feeling it. And
Mhm.
I had walked into a crowd and I had all these mixed emotions, and I started relating to what was going on around me and realizing why. And so I was like, okay, now I understand what's going on. Now I
Yeah.
didn't have any idea that it was an empath, but it was
Yep.
just, I just knew what I was feeling and why I was feeling it.
Right.
But
For those of you just joining, I just want to say you're not seeing things. It is not Wednesday night, and I am not missing two co-hosts. This is actually a very special video set up for our new P3 family members, Aaron and Vicky. We have a third, David Hope, from Hope Paranormal. If you guys watch the show, you've seen him before on one of the episodes where he came in and chatted with the Paracrew. He said he's on his way. He's just running late. Which
okay.
that happens. That happens.
This Liz that just came in and said, "Hi, Vicky."
Yeah.
She's on the BIS team. She's a
Oh, okay.
member.
Well, hello, Liz, and welcome, welcome, welcome. Glad to have you. So, so we're actually going to take a quick little break. See, we're going to try to bide some time to see if we can get David on. But we're going to take a quick little break. And speaking of Liz, those of you who have seen the show or have seen a lot of shows know of our lovely Liz from Scotland.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just say, and you know what, Squeakers, Lurker, if you're watching, sorry I can't wait. But I just wanted to say congratulations to Liz. She is the Paracrew October Fan of the Month, and she will be not only featured in all of our intro videos for this month, the Paracrews intros, but she is also going to be receiving a free Maglite. No shipping, no cost, no nothing. She's going to get it right at her house via the Paracrew podcast as a thank you from not just us, but our sponsors at Maglite.
Right.
So I just want to say congratulations to Liz and to my co-host. Too excited. Leave me alone. So we'll be right back, guys. We're going to play a little thing for the Global Ghost Hunt, and we'll talk a little bit more. So don't go
All
anywhere.
right.
All right.
You know, I don't know why, but every time I hear about Global Ghost Hunt or people talk about it, I just get so amped up and so hyped. I am excited for the start of this. How about you guys?
Can't wait to see what people bring out.
Oh, I don't know if people know this, but I'm actually he'll be about 10 minutes. No problem. I will be I'm actually in charge of locations with none other than Raymond Newsom. And actually, Jen Jacobs is on the locations committee along with Aaron Wing. He just joined today. And, ooh, that's a matchup. Brian Laverty is going to have his hands full with us. And on top of that, I'm actually the consultant for the Global Ghost Hunt. They asked me to do that for them, basically to help everybody and anybody where I can. And so basically doing what I do as a consultant, but for the event. And you want to talk about para-unity, you know, it's funny. I always hear this, and I don't know if you guys have heard it. I know Vicky, you're on a lot of shows. I know Aaron, you listen to a lot of shows. There's a lot of people out there who are saying para-unity is dead.
I have
Oops.
seen a few comments like that. Yeah.
Oops. For me personally, it's you're not looking hard enough. Sounds to me like you gave up. So
Yeah, I
okay.
agree because sometimes I feel like when people say that I have to ask, well, is it really dead or did you just give up?
Mhm.
Right.
And I think people have talked about para unity in the past. I mean, I think in my 16 years, it's been talked about, but it's always been the negative spin on it. So
Mhm.
what I really like is the ego part. We don't care.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people, I want to bring up a misconception. I think a lot of people on the outside looking in may have. Even though Mackenzie and I run the P3 program, we are the founders of it. You guys are the ones who actually make it work. You guys are the ones that make it happen.
Right.
Everybody in the P3 program is under the consultant control. No.
Yeah.
And we said her name 3 times, Vicky.
Yeah, I know it.
Hey,
Hey,
Dina.
Dina.
Hello.
Dina, you need to be next to get in front of a camera. Just saying. What do you think, Vicky? You think we can get Dina one of these
Yeah,
times? I
her
think that'd
and
be
Joe started a new channel, Skull, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He has numbers after it. Joe
Yeah, I know, Joe.
started Spare Pants, and they did their first live last night.
That's them.
That's
Spare
them.
pants. Son
Okay.
of a
Spare
because
Pants.
I
Yeah.
keep yeah, right, Beetlejuice. Because I keep seeing we were having a joke for a while. It was Spare Pants came into the chat and we're like, I don't know who Spare Pants is.
Yeah,
Like
that was Dina. I was there. That was Dina at the
when I was
time.
saying
Yeah.
when I was
She
saying
was
Square
trying to
Pants.
get everybody to know her channel, the new channel they were getting
Well,
ready to start.
we'll definitely remember that name. But
Yeah.
I was wondering who that was. I was like, they're not talking like a new person. I was like, wait a
No.
minute. And thanks, Dina. You guys have seen the show. I have terrible English. English just leaves my mind. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
And then you put up Spare Pants, and I'm like, Square Pants. I like
Yes,
that name.
you
And they're
did.
like,
I was in chat when you did that.
and you know what? I think it's a great name because I think at one point in time in our careers, we all wish we had a spare pair of pants. See, there goes that English.
Right.
So let's talk about something else. Speaking of creepy, scary stuff, Aaron, you
Yeah.
have a very interesting magazine this month for October. You wanna go ahead and promote that?
A View Beyond.
Uh-huh.
Well, okay. Just to kind of give people an idea to how the magazine came about, I go to bookstores all the time to look for more information about the paranormal. And, a lot of times I don't find what I'm looking for because it's either all about, famous, known locations or it's about just one group. There's nothing out there that actually talked about the technology that we have, different group, different types of services out there. And I remember walking out of Barnes and Noble with my wife, and she's like, "Did you find nothing?" I was like, "No, they never have what I want. I can't find a paranormal magazine."
Mm-hmm.
And me being a graphic designer, she said, "Well, why don't you just start your own?" Duh. So I started A View Beyond, and for everybody that's listening, A View Beyond, I'm trying to make this, kind of similar to P3. It's a magazine for the community, by the community. And that
Right.
means that anybody out there, if you have a really good story or if you have paranormal photo, you can submit them. If you have a group that you want to try to, find out more about, you can nominate a group and I will reach out to that group and do an interview on them.
Mm.
Anything. I want to make this as immersive as I can with the paranormal community. And there is a section in the back called the Dark Files.
Okay.
This is where I do a real deep dive into paranormal locations and their history. The worst one I've done so far was in the first issue, and that was about Carlos Avery. This place is messed up. a woman and a farmhand were killed in the early 1900s by a transient. Then it became a wildlife reserve. Um, there's been several murders out there. Uh, there's one in particular. This article took me a couple of days to write because this one particular crime that just made me sick to my stomach. It involved a boy by the name of Jason Wilkman,
Okay.
6 years old. He witnessed a guy kidnap a woman and her daughter. So the kidnapper took him, drove him out to Carlos Avery, and beat him to death with a tire iron. Left his body out there. And there was a recent murder, or just recent at 2020. So I mean, this place is still kicking up bad energy, and it's crazy because you go out there during the day. It's beautiful. I mean, there's wildlife. There's waterfowl. There's a great place for photography. But once that sunset, it's literally you can almost literally feel like a damp cloth coming down around the whole place.
Whole different energy.
Oh, very different.
Oh,
But
yeah.
yeah, A View Beyond, it's a free magazine. It's free for people to advertise in. Starting next month, I am going to try to get people more involved with this, but I'm going to have what's called Capture of the Month. So if you have apparition, shadow figures, anything paranormal caught on in photo, send it to me. It's A View Beyond Magazine at gmail.com. You can also visit the AVB Magazine Facebook page. It's got all the information there you'll need. I have a cover contest. So if you're an artist, if you're a photographer, if you just whatever, anything paranormal related and I like it, I will put you on the cover.
Awesome. And see, that's what I like. Give me 1 second. There you go. There's the name. There's the name right there for you guys. A View Beyond Magazine. And you know what? Actually, Aaron, see, I know you guys are new to the P3, but you're not new to the show. But
Right.
giving me ideas is
Lord,
not
look
the
out.
best. And Aaron, my brother, you just gave me an idea. So we'll talk after the show.
All right.
And Liz, you are absolutely welcome. Not a problem. So this magazine isn't just about ghosts and demons and stuff. You also have it about cryptids.
Absolutely.
And you guys should know where this is leading.
Well, the cryptid for this issue is one that's very close to my heart because I live in Minnesota and I'm been around Native Americans almost my whole life. It's the Wendigo.
Yep.
And if you don't know the Wendigo is believed to be an ancient spirit or cryptid associated with cannibalism. And this is not something you want to run up against. And the idea is that if you see the Wendigo, you will become a cannibal, or if you, for any reason, consume human flesh, you become a Wendigo. Either way, it's a curse. It's not something you want to have to encounter. It's not something you want to be around. It's not something you want to become.
See, wait, what's... Yeah. Although I think this is going to lean towards the positive side of it, but we'll never know with me. So speaking of cryptids, Vicky, we had an interesting conversation last night, and it was not. Oh yes, this is happening, and it was not. It was not on my show.
Right.
Those of
It's
you
on crossover.
Those of you who know our brother Jonathan Myers and his cousin Shasta, they have a team called Crossover Paranormal Society. Jonathan does an amazing podcast, great job, and he's also a co-host here on the Bear Crew. Well, last night, I don't know how that started. I was at work. Vicky, how did this cryptid conversation start?
Shasta started talking about it.
Uh-oh.
And David said something about a Wendigo, and Shasta didn't know what a Wendigo was.
That's right.
I think
That's
is
right.
how it started.
That's right.
Yeah.
And then they
I
were
think
talking
it's-
about the wood booger. Is that, yeah,
Yes.
wood booger.
Yeah, no one wondered. Everybody was wondering what the heck, you know.
That's not the
And
first
she-
time I've heard that. She said
Yeah.
that before, and I was like, did I just hear that right? Now you commented, I got one of those up my nose right now. I said, it feels like it. I
Yeah.
thought it was like a piece of like wood, like, you know, like something
It's
like this. just
basically
shoved up your nose,
Bigfoot or
right?
Sasquatch. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd never heard that term. And then what was
Yeah.
the other one? Momo or something?
Yeah, in Missouri, when he came through here in the early 70s, he was referred to as Missouri Mo, and they called him Momo.
Oh, see, I didn't really know that, but yeah, it was a really good in-depth chat until yours truly popped in and or chimed in, and
We ended up talking about pogo apes, fuzzy pogo apes.
yeah. So as far as I'm concerned, and I already spoke to the wiki consultant Mackenzie, and she called me an idiot, of course, but that's nothing new.
My wife does that too.
Normal.
But as far as I'm concerned, we will now be referring to Bigfoot, Yeti, Sasquatch, whatever you want to call it, Momo, Wood Booger. I mean, I like Wood Booger, but
Yeah.
he is now dubbed the giant fuzzy pogo ape. Mhm.
Yeah.
I think that is a lot better because. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, you might want to explain why.
I'm getting there. Because Jonathan actually brought up a good point. I think this was stated on Creepy Cryptids as well. Which,
Yeah.
by the way, if you guys are interested, Creepy Cryptids will be airing right after this show. Not too long after this show. So be ready. But you only find one print. You never find two together. And you can't tell me that there's like, oh, okay, well, it's 10 yards down or whatever.
Right.
That's a big freaking animal. I'm sorry, but if something has a 30-yard, span, like leg span, you're gonna notice unless that thing looks really freaking weird. I mean, you can imagine. Oh, there he is. But yeah, there he is. Howdy.
Hey, I finally made it.
Welcome back. So, but yeah, you only find. By the way, David, we're talking about the newly dubbed giant fuzzy pogo ape, also known as Bigfoot.
Oh yeah.
Last night. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, you only find one footprint, so my only assumption is he's got one leg. So I mean, it's a pogo ape.
Or he's hopping around on one leg. Maybe it's faster for him or something. I don't know.
Well, I mean, that would make sense. I mean, if something that size, I mean, it's got to have some muscle tone. And if that thing jumps, you'll hear him land, and you hear the crunching and stuff like that, which is what's been heard. So, although I think you might notice.
I don't laugh. He says, I'm your huckleberry.
You guys might notice a big one-legged ape bouncing around the forest. I would assume.
Yeah,
Well-
I think that if I was in the forest and it was hopping around, I think I would see it a little bit anyway.
I
After
will say
all
this.
these years.
I will say this real quick. In relation to that, there is a Native American legend about a large hominid that is known to be able to jump long distances. And there was a rock here in the United States. I forget which state it's in, but there's a rock that has a large imprint with a hand in it that's bigger than humans, and they believe it's from this particular giant.
That's something else too. I just thought of, and this might already be a theory, which is why I love our field. But what if Bigfoot, Sasquatch, whatever you want to call them, giant fuzzy pogo ape, which I am going to start using that. I already see the merch, but what if that is just an evolution of a giant?
Mhm.
What is just an evolutionary thing? I don't know. Well, anyway, so David, welcome back, brother.
Glad to be here.
You're really on camera. You were on camera last night. You're on camera tonight. Look at you.
2 days ago.
Yes, dude. It's like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
I
So for
don't
those,
mind at all.
so for those of you who don't remember this individual down below, David was actually on the Paracrew podcast not too long ago, and we originally met him, but now we're bringing him on because he is the other brand new, well, newer family member, P3 family member, and we are really, really happy to have all these amazing people on our family. So, David, real quick, because we do have to, I have to bow out here shortly because otherwise I'm going to be a cryptid myself because my wife's going to turn me into, she'll go full Wendigo on me. Oh, maybe she'll go, maybe she'll
Not a
go
problem.
giant fuzzy pogo ape on me. Anyway, why did you join the P3?
Because I believe it in everything it stands for.
I love it.
You know, no, well, put it plainly, no bullshit, no drama, and to
There
help
you go.
others, grow the
Mhm.
community, make it even stronger.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, let me. So, what was the one point for you, David? That was just like, yeah, I want to join this. I really want to join this. What was it? What was that deciding factor?
after the first podcast I watched of yours beforehand, you know how comfortable and welcoming you make everyone feel. All of you.
Well, we try. We definitely
Yeah.
try.
Right.
Right.
So, well, David, we're gonna have to get you back on. We're gonna have to get, you know what? We're gonna have to get all you guys on again. But we do have to bow out because I just got informed by the Wiki consultant with the first threat. So let me hide her.
Not a problem, man.
I'm gonna hide her sword so she doesn't use it on me. And yeah, this is actually her sword, and she's got throwing stars or throwing knives. So I'm keeping this. So guys, do not go anywhere because, like I said, Creepy Cryptids will be coming on very shortly. So you can find them on YouTube and Facebook just under Creepy Cryptids. Just look for the logo; it's right there, right there. And I think it'll be on Parapost Network Central as well, and I believe Paralinks as well. So definitely go check them out. And then the Paraprod podcast will start at 9 p.m. Eastern time, so just over an hour. And well, maybe I'll start a little late, give them a little bit extra time because we share a studio. But guys, I am so happy and honored to have each and every one of you guys and your teams a part of the P3 family, and I'm super excited to see what we can do from this.
Absolutely. Good to be here.
So thank you guys so
Heck
much.
yeah.
Much love to you guys. And
Back
guys,
at you.
go check each and every one of these guys out. Go check out Abyss Paranormal. Aaron, you get the last because you got like 6 of them.
That's impressive.
Go check out obviously Hope Paranormal with my brothers down here, David and Aaron. He's got a View Beyond magazine that is actually in the description if you need the name. He's got Spectre Radio. He's got Night Watch Paranormal. He's got a bunch of shit. Well, just be honest, you can find these guys anywhere, but they're all doing great things for our field. We are happy and honored to have them a part of our P3 family. And guys, I will tell you this, even though things have been moving a little slowly in the P3 program, things are about to pick up in a very big way because you guys will be seeing a lot more of not just these 3, but the rest of our P3 family very,
Good.
very soon for the Para Unity Day 2023, 2024, because just like Aaron here giving me ideas, I have ideas and they are big. So guys, go subscribe to each and every one of their channels. Show them some love. So we're going to get out of here for right now. So guys, again, thank you so much for joining tonight. Don't go anywhere because we'll sit backstage. We'll say our goodbyes back there. But you guys want to say your goodbyes to the audience real quick?
Never
Bye.
give up hope.
Everybody have a blessed night.
Stay freaky.
I like that. Oh, it could go either way. But anyway, so don't go anywhere. I'm not going to do my closing because we're not done yet. I still have another show and we got Creepy Cryptid. So instead, I'll say, you guys, if you're coming back, we'll see you soon. Those who don't, well, why not? It's coming on soon. Don't go anywhere. See you guys.